Yo, what is up, guys? My name is IDKName, and today we are doing a BM Hunter PvE DPS guide. So the first thing we're going to go over is our spec and its abilities. Cobra Shot, which is your spammable focus dump. Dire Beast, which will summon an additional pet and will give you some focus, and he will do some damage. Kill Command is your large, main priority damage dealing ability. Multi-Shot is your standard 40 focus, hits anything in a certain range of your target, and it triggers something called Beast Cleave, which causes your pet to deal damage, the same amount of damage it would to one target, to any target within a certain range of it for 4 seconds. Bestial Wrath, which is one of your cooldowns that its cooldown can be shortened by Dire Beast by about 15 seconds every time you use Dire Beast, which will boost the damage that you and your pets deal, but the percent is based off of your talents and your artifact talents that you take, and in even, I believe, one case, on your talents. Aspect of the Wild is your standard damage dealing cooldown, which will give you focus and critical strike as it goes. Exhilaration is your main heal, heals you for 30% of your health and 100% of your pet's health. Feign Death to drop combat or anything like that. Flare to see invisible targets. Misdirect to throw threat to somebody else. Aspect of the Turtle is the same as Disengage was, except it's 8 seconds instead of 4 seconds, but there's one charge. I don't believe there's Aspect of the Cheetah is a speed increase. Concussive Shot is your slow, and Counter Shot is your interrupt. Disengage jumps you away from the enemy, or jumps you backwards in general. Alright, now for talents. These are the talents that I pick for single target damage. Not necessarily for every situation are they the best, but these are the ones I pick. Dire Stable, which your Dire Beast grants an additional 12 additional focus over its duration, and for as often as you're pressing Dire Beast and how much focus that can equate to, I think it's very much worth it for speeding up your gameplay and making you feel faster. Dire Beasts charge in, they will stomp on the ground, dealing about 120,000 damage. Stomp is very good. For PvE, it can be a little when it comes to tanks not having full threat of a pack, because that can throw a lot of threat on your pet and maybe even kill it. So that would not be good for you, but it does deal a lot of damage. Post haste, this doesn't really affect any of your DPS, I just prefer the speed increase. Bestial Fury, which is the bonus damage of your Bestial Wrath gives, is increased by 15%. That is quite a significant increase in damage because of how often Bestial Wrath is actually going to be up for it being a 1.5-minute cooldown. The CC doesn't really affect your DPS, but I like Binding Shot because it's good for mass pulling mobs in dungeons, and right now that's what I like to do. Here's the only one I think where you'll have two choices depending on AoE or single target. Murder of Crows you will take for a single target, dealing about 1 million damage over 15 seconds. It's a minute cooldown, only costs 30 focus. If the target dies while it's affected, the cooldown is reset, so that's pretty good. Barrage, 60 focus, which is barrage, it sprays all around in a cone. It does a lot of damage to a lot of enemies. Stampede is my favorite, obviously, because it's different than it used to be. It used to be where you'd spawn 5 pets and they'd all go in and attack, but now it's more of a it's a front line attack. If the enemy is standing in this charging stampede, it does a lot of damage to them, and it does. I don't really think I'm qualified to talk about honor talents very much, but I'm not even high enough honor level, so I'm just actually going to kind of ignore them. Sorry, guys. For your pet, I believe the most damage dealing is Ferocity, if I'm correct. I guess you could take Cunning if you need it, or if you're doing PvP, and Tenacity if you're soloing stuff for the tanking. Alright. Your artifact talents, which I do not have many of. I apologize for that. I haven't been playing my Hunter too much. You get Hati's Bond and Beastmaster at the very start, increasing the damage your Dire Beast deal quite a bit. And then you've got two choices, and they're both equally as good, I assume, for different reasons, but they are just as good. There's Spitting Cobras, which increases the damage your Cobra Shot deals, and Focus of the Titans, which increases the amount of damage your multi-shot deals. If you want to go for a cheaper Master of Beasts, which I suggest you do, go for Focus of the Titans first, and ignore Spirit Bond for now. Natural Reflexes, obviously, ignore that. But definitely get both of these at some point. You probably should get Spitting Cobras soon, but, so you're not spending 24,000 artifact power just to get 3 extra % damage on your Cobra Shot. Mimiron Shell, your aspect of the turtle heals you 40% of your maximum health over its duration. That's a very good PvP move, very good PvE talent if if it relieves some pressure off your healers, because obviously your Mimiron Shell, or your aspect of the turtle, makes you not take any incoming damage. You'll be immune to it. And any damage you do take is reduced by 30%. This is also healing you for 40% of your maximum health over its duration. 30% without an artifact relic boosting it. I have Spirit Bond, so I might as well explain to you what it is. Kill Command heals you 15% of the damage it deals. Good PvP move, because your Spirit, and even PvE move, again, just to relieve your healers a little bit. A lot more self-sustainability. Because Kill Command is going to do a lot of damage, and with Master of Beasts it's going to do even more, and there are talents that we will go through that will make it even more powerful. Natural Reflexes increases you and your pet's dodge chance, which I think is it's a very good PvP move. Has essentially no use in PvE though, really doesn't. Jaws of Thunder, your Kill Command has a 10% chance per rank, so 40% chance if you have 4 ranks, to deal an additional 50% of its damage. So again, boosting that Spirit Bond strength and dealing a lot more DPS. And luckily for us, that leads right into Master of Beasts, where Hot Tea also benefits from Bestial Wrath, Beast Cleave, and he deals damage from Kill Command. So you're getting more heals, you're doing more damage all around. Really great talent. Perfect for PvE. Love it. And PvP. Lots of damage. Fury Swipes, another AoE move, increases the damage dealt by your Beast Cleave. Unleash the Beast, which increases the amount of damage your Bestial Wrath gives you by an extra 2%, 6% in 3 ranks, so 46% is what I would have at this particular moment. Pathfinder reduces the cooldown of your aspect of the cheetah by 60 seconds, and since it is only 3 minutes, 2 minutes is quite fast, and that is very good for PvP, very good for escaping. And then Pack Leader, which is also one of your very important ones to get, increases the damage dealt by your Kill Command by 15% in 3 ranks. And Wilderness Expert, which is the last one I really suggest you get, and that is increases the duration of your Aspect of the Wild by 1 second per rank, 3 seconds at full. And that is, an extra 30 focus and more critical strike chance during that. You have longer period of more damage. Titan's Thunder and Surge of the Storm God are both AoE moves that are very good, very strong, and obviously you should get them if you have the opportunity to, but I wouldn't say go out of your way to go for them. The only one you really should go out of your way for is Master of Beasts. For your normal rotation, you're going to want to use Bestial Wrath as often as possible, but you use your judgment on this also, because again, Dire Beast is going to reduce that cooldown, and you want to be pressing Dire Beast. Dire Beast and Kill Command are the two things, or actually really just Dire Beast is the one thing you should just always press. If it's up, press. Press if there's not something more important to press. Kill Command, you should try to press when Bestial Wrath is active, but if it's not going to be active, if Bestial Wrath is not going to be active for a little while, don't even hesitate to press that button. Press it as often as you can. But if you're 2 seconds away from having Bestial Wrath up, save it. The extra damage is worth the 2 seconds. Cobra Shot you're going to spam whenever you have a lot of focus and nothing to really spend it on, and that's especially going to be useful during your burst phase. Speaking of your burst, the way I do it, you don't have to follow this exact example, obviously, is I press Bestial Wrath, Murder of Crows, Stampede, Aspect of the Wild, then Dire Beast, then Kill Command and Cobra Shot spam. Alright, let's go ahead and take a quick test here and see how much damage I can do. Accidentally threw down a binding shot there. So it seems like I capped out at about 220,000 damage at an 843 item level. So I don't think that's too bad. When you're fighting against an actual target, it'll be a little higher, I assume. I may be wrong on that, but I've experienced much higher numbers in combat. Maybe I had my pet on passive or something. Well, that's about it for BM Hunter PvE. PvP isn't much different, obviously, because, I just didn't go over honor talents. But that is it. I'll talk to y'all later. Goodbye.